In the fiercely competitive landscape of Chinese e-commerce, a vexing price war is unfurling, subjecting consumers to a ceaseless onslaught of zero-cost purchase extravaganzas. This exasperating trend not only deepens the challenges for e-commerce platforms but also compounds the frustration, coinciding with the profound economic downturn currently gripping China. The relentless pursuit of zero-cost purchases, coupled with the broader economic turmoil, creates a tumultuous environment, forcing platforms to navigate through unprecedented difficulties and exacerbating the complexities of an already intense market competition. The intricate interplay of these factors highlights the intricate dance between economic challenges and the regulatory landscape of CCP, underscoring the imperative for platforms to strategically reevaluate and adapt to ensure sustained viability in these challenging times. Economic crisis and bankruptcy wave in China's commercial landscape. Recently, Chinese media has been inundated with videos capturing the heartbreaking moments of numerous companies facing bankruptcy. The head of one company shared on his personal page, "After 3 years of battling the pandemic, I still couldn't endure. Overnight, my multi-million-dollar company vanished. Standing with my last few employees, I cried for not meeting their expectations." In the video, he tearfully signs the final confirmations for each employee, realizing the devastation that unfolded despite building resilience during the severe pandemic in China. Little did he know that the economic downturn would prove even more formidable. Another distraught CEO, upon learning of his company's bankruptcy, sat slumped on a street curb, indifferent to the bustling crowd passing by. Even when approached by concerned police officers, he couldn't cease crying. In addition, an emotional scene unfolded as a female worker at another company couldn't hold back her tears upon hearing the news of the company's bankruptcy. "Everything is gone, all the efforts, the company is no more. I've lost everything, and finding another job will likely end up the same." These videos share individual stories, but collectively paint a grim picture of economic instability in China. Almost every measure taken by the Chinese government seems futile, exacerbating the worsening situation. A wave of bankruptcies hits various companies, and China's commercial empire, online retail and e-commerce, is on the brink of collapse, with numerous companies shutting down simultaneously. What is the root cause of China's commercial empire downturn? These videos reflect not only personal tragedies but also a broader crisis that challenges the effectiveness of the Chinese government's interventions, leaving the once thriving commercial landscape teetering on the edge of collapse. Ripple effects of refund-only policies, unraveling China's e-commerce landscape. A company with an annual gross merchandise volume, GMV, of 1 billion CNY has unexpectedly gone under. Just last year, it was thriving, but now it appears to be in a dismal state. This company specialized in women's clothing and was led by an entrepreneur with roots in the Taobao ecosystem. After accumulating substantial profits, the entrepreneur invested in an entire floor, which included warehouse facilities, customer service, logistics, and a design department. Currently, the warehouse is burdened with tens of millions worth of unsold inventory. Let me show you around. Dresses that would typically sell for over 100 or 200 yuan are now being liquidated at a mere 10 yuan per piece, with some going as low as 5 yuan. The reason cited by the entrepreneur for this unfortunate turn is the alarmingly high rate of returns. The warehouse is now inundated with a massive surplus of stock, forcing the company to exit the market with a heavy heart. Recently, the e-commerce landscape in China has been witnessing a wave of closures, creating a series of ups and downs. Last year, these e-commerce businesses already faced a profitability squeeze due to the prevailing trend of low prices promoted by various platforms, leading to numerous closures. Now, major shopping platforms are mimicking Pinduoduo by introducing a refund-only feature, marking the resurgence of nightmares for merchants. This policy allows users to obtain a refund without returning the purchased item, a mechanism pioneered by Pinduoduo in 2021. Pinduoduo claims that the intention behind this rule was to enhance user experience, encourage competition among merchants through increased order volume, and ultimately boost profits for merchants by offsetting their after-sales costs, creating a positive cycle. However, in practice, it has become a tool for many unscrupulous buyers who engage in zero-cost purchases, exploiting platform vulnerabilities. Numerous dishonest buyers take advantage of these loopholes, placing orders and then demanding refunds for various unjustifiable reasons. Adding to the complexity, the requirement for a refund only differs from the refund policy that includes returning the product. When a buyer applies for a refund only, platforms assess and process the refund, inevitably leading to judgment errors, especially when dealing with opportunistic individuals seeking undue advantages. Compounding the issue is the inherent time lag between logistics operations and platform systems. After a buyer applies for a refund only, most are unable to intercept the shipment, with some items even delivered to the buyer before the platform can intervene. Consequently, merchants are left empty-handed, facing financial losses. The approval from the Chinese government for unrestricted development of e-commerce platforms, with the refund-only strategy touted as a clever move for users to seize the opportunity, has left businesses and online stores grappling with continuous losses. This cunning ploy has created a dire economic situation in China, pushing enterprises to the brink. The consequences are so severe that some customers, in an act of defiance, have returned a brick instead of the products, and astonishingly, still received full refunds. The orchestrated dance between the government's permissive stance and the exploitation by users is casting a dark shadow on the economic landscape, unraveling a disheartening narrative of businesses in distress and an economy in turmoil. For instance, on January 6th, a merchant from an online shopping platform in Wuhan, Hubei, revealed in a video that a woman, after purchasing products worth 1,800 yuan, initiated a refund-only operation and later went to the courier station to collect the delivered items. According to station staff, this woman had initiated refund-only operations for over 1,000 items. The merchant has reported the incident to the police and appealed to the Taobao platform, seeking strict punishment for such behavior. The video showed a woman in purple clothing, wearing a mask, who surprisingly arranged for a large truck to come to the station to pick up the goods. Essentially, she spent zero money to acquire a truckload of products. Let's take a look at how she executed this operation. The woman purchased 4 items worth 1,800 yuan and, after placing the order, instructed the merchant to package the 4 items separately. At this point, she had already planned for a freebie opportunity. Upon seeing the logistics information, she applied for a refund once the items reached the express delivery point. To please the user, the platform directly processed the refund for her. After receiving the refund, she effectively took 3 items, rejecting only 1. However, she had applied for a refund for all 4 items. The refund-only operation essentially allowed her to acquire 3 items, collectively valued at over 1,000 yuan, without spending a penny. The merchant appealed to the platform, but the appeal was unsuccessful. The platform, in an attempt to enhance customer experience, inadvertently attracted a group of opportunistic individuals engaging in unethical practices. While the refund-only policy has its share of problems, the implementation of this policy, coupled with an unbeatable low-price strategy, has propelled Pinduoduo's rapid growth in the past 3 years. Despite the numerous challenges, it is considered one of the secrets behind Pinduoduo's success in grabbing a significant share of the Chinese e-commerce market from its competitors. As widely known, Pinduoduo initially gained traction by targeting what is commonly referred to as lower-tier or outside the fifth ring users, primarily those with limited purchasing power in rural areas. The year 2018 marked a turning point for Pinduoduo when its user base began to surge. Key characteristics of Pinduoduo users include lower educational levels, an average age of 45, and a significant proportion of female users. This demographic tends to have a late start in online activities and often lacks extensive experience in online shopping compared to users in first-tier cities. These users, often playing the role of vulnerable consumers in many after-sales disputes, benefits significantly from Pinduoduo's implementation of the refund-only feature, making the refund process more convenient for them and contributing to a substantial increase in user numbers. However, the widespread use of this feature has resulted in a phenomenon where merchants end up with both lost money and unsold goods, leading to resistance and even retaliation from platform sellers. In the past year, Pinduoduo faced a highly publicized incident known as the exploding shops. Starting from March 28, 2023, individuals organized and launched coordinated attacks on dozens of brand stores on the Pinduoduo platform through short video platforms and social media. This organized and premeditated action aimed to exploit loopholes in Pinduoduo's refund-only service. It was a collective expression of dissatisfaction among merchants who felt that Pinduoduo's punishment rules favored consumers, resulting in unfair penalties for merchants in disputes with consumers. This discontent led to the temporary closure of some brand stores as a protective measure against further losses. Despite the negative impact on normal business operations, Pinduoduo chose to retain the refund-only service, asserting its commitment to not succumbing to any online criminal activities. This stance won Pinduoduo more customers but also intensified the debate on the ethical implications of such policies. Examining Pinduoduo's financial reports, it's evident that measures like refund-only have significantly contributed to the platform's recent revenue growth and profits, surpassing industry averages. By the end of 2021, Pinduoduo boasted an active buyer base of 860 million, closely trailing Alibaba's 979 million Chinese consumer data. This user base surpassed even JD.com's 570 million active buying users at the time, with Pinduoduo's market value surpassing Alibaba's in November 2023. The pressure on Alibaba and JD.com to follow suit with low-price strategies increased. Amidst fierce competition among major e-commerce players, platforms like Taobao and JD.com adopted the refund-only feature at the end of last year, followed by short video platform Kuaishou in January 2024. Additionally, TikTok's e-commerce arm, Douyin, had already introduced the net push refund feature in September 2023. Some view this trend as strategic adjustments by other platforms to emulate Pinduoduo's success. However, others see this as a case of bad practices driving out good ones. The trend has sparked concern, with many expressing dissatisfaction with the impact of such policies. The ease with which users can exploit the refund-only feature, and even the emergence of organized groups teaching others how to do so, has raised broader concerns about the societal implications. Some argue that if this trend continues without appropriate policies to curb abuse, it could disrupt the entire e-commerce ecosystem and lead to extreme outcomes. In the current economic downturn and intense competition in the e-commerce sector, these refund-only services, while seemingly advantageous to consumers, pose significant challenges for platforms. This has sparked discontent among merchants, particularly as they grapple with the pressures of meeting user expectations while sustaining their businesses. Some merchants express their frustration, emphasizing that the core of retail is to provide better products with more favorable services at lower prices, and the current trend, especially with the proliferation of refund-only abuse, is disheartening. The impact of these practices is particularly felt in the retail industry, where many businesses are struggling due to economic challenges and fierce competition. The widespread use of refund-only services across various platforms has intensified these challenges, making it difficult for businesses to continue operations. The economic consequences of these practices are seen not only in the declining sales of clothing items during the New Year period but also in the broader economic downturn affecting various industries. In a furious culmination, the uncontrolled sprawl of Chinese e-commerce platforms has unleashed the infuriating refund-only onslaught, subjecting businesses to perpetual torment. The core cause of this economic maelstrom lies in the callousness of the CCP, which, despite greenlighting the unbridled expansion of these platforms, callously dismisses the catastrophic repercussions on enterprises. The relentless pursuit of only refund practices, fueled by the government's indifferent endorsement, paints a bleak canvas of a collapsing economic terrain. This crisis's genesis can be unequivocally traced to the CCP's apathetic policies, ruthlessly destabilizing businesses and aggravating the economic nosedive.